there's a very nice mix of youth and experience in the squad now.
I think so. It's always nice to get the young players in. I think the older players appreciate that as well when they see them coming through. They know they've done that already. They've come through whenever they did it. I think they always appreciate it. They always look after the younger ones, and it does bring a bit of youthful enthusiasm to the squad.
Darren Randolph's been one of the key players throughout this qualification campaign. What's the latest you can tell us about him, and how worried about him are you making?
Only that I've been speaking to him, messaging him, and he's quite confident, I think, that he's going to be okay. I'm not, and we've got another, 4 days, because I'm not really interested in the New Zealand game for him. It's for the Denmark game. Yeah, he was confident enough that he's going to be all right.
Have you been surprised at the level he's at, and are you even more surprised he's not at a Premier League club?
Not really, no. I always admired him. I thought he was a very good goalkeeper. A bit like it for him, he's better than I thought. He's been amazing. Trains really well. He's a great character around the place. He's been great with the two youngsters as well. Youngsters, I mean, they are compared to me and compared to him, I guess. In Mark Travers and Kieran O'Hara, he's been brilliant with them. He's a very, very good goalkeeper. I would certainly hope he's going to be fit for Denmark.
Robbie Brady's been back in the mix at Burnley, came on, influenced the game a little bit at the weekend, even though they lost. Nice to have him as an option back as well.
Of course. Yeah, I spoke to Robbie when we were in for the last 2 games, and he was, you know, a bit concerned. He was out of the squad. He'd not been playing. He'd played 3 minutes, I believe, in the league up until that point. That's the stat I was given. And I hadn't seen him be playing, but to see him come back, was it last week, and he played 70, 80 minutes, and he had 20 minutes of the weekend. I'd love to have him back, because he'd be one of our best players, certainly the one that can open up a door and find a good pass, and he's got a goal in him.
And obviously the other strength has been at the back with Long and Duffy and Egan. Do you think they've progressed, the 3 of them, in the last 12 months, and they've got a very strong pool to choose from at centre-back?
Well, certainly the 2 lads who played. I mean, Big Shane's been different class all along. Amazing, really, that he came back and played the way he did, because he was excellent in both games, having had a calf injury and missed for about 9 days. John Egan, everybody keeps asking me about John Egan. There was no reason why he wasn't playing other than Richard and Shane had got a good partnership and they were together. Richard got injured, John's come in, and I think he's been great. Kevin Long, unfortunately, doesn't get as much game time as I'd like, but whenever he's played, he's good, and he comes and trains as well as anybody does.
This game really is a cup final, isn't it? Where does it rank on the list of games you've had in your career, and I suppose how excited or nervous are you going into it?
I'm excited at the minute. I might get nervous as it gets closer to it, which I hope I do, actually, because I prefer that. When I stop getting nervous about games of this magnitude, then I think I better stop and pack in. Where does it rank? It's Holland here, it's Iran away, it's qualification for a major competition. So it's of that ilk. It's a big game, huge game, and it is one to be excited about, that's for sure.
Do you think there's a lot of similarities with that Dutch game, as in not a lot of people gave us a chance going into that match? There was lots of big players playing for the Dutch that day.
Well, I get that. Nobody gives us a chance, and then they all scream why when we don't win it, which is strange to me. But it's how we play. We'll have to play as well as we can. We'll have to be on top form, there's no doubt about it. I mean, Denmark have been a bit of a nemesis for us, and we played well in Copenhagen. We'll have to play better than that to beat them. Look, he's a midfield player that's gone and played left wing back, and I've seen him a couple of times. The first time he didn't. I saw him again against Reading. He did far better in that game. He's technically good. He's got a great left foot. I'm not sure he's not as a left back. He's not better than Enda Stevens, that's for sure. But he's an option for me, and to have him in that 40-odd man squad is as much reward for him. And if we have injury problems coming up to that, then he is available to me that I can pick him. But he's having a good season. Mark Warburton speaks very highly of him. So there's the reasons for having him in the squad, in the first squad.
And then Coleman won't compete in the 2 games, so what's his role going to be in the next 2 weeks?
Well, he won't feature in the next 2 games, but I'll be inviting him in to come for the game, certainly for the Denmark game. I'm not really... I don't think he'd be that bothered about coming for. I'll ask him. Against the New Zealand game, he might like to be in, but unfortunately if he comes in and I've got 22 players fit, he won't be able to train because I'll have to train the players who need to be training. But he will have a role to play. I'm hoping he'll come in at some stage.
Mick, in the long term, it just seems that James Coleman now, he's kind of lost out to Sadibi at Everton. In the long term, is that a concern? Maybe you'll hopefully be looking to rely on him next year.
Well, I watched their game on Saturday, and if he has lost out to Sadibi, he's got his work cut out to get in the team. Unfortunately for him, that might be like the questions I get asked about Matt Doherty. Why doesn't Matt Doherty play it right back? Well, because Seamus Coleman's playing then, he's a captain and he's good. And I think that might be the question asked, because Sidibe's very, very good, having watched him on Saturday. So yeah, fingers crossed we qualify, and if we do, then it would be a concern if he's not playing all season, of course.
Just after the Georgia game, Damien Duff on TV said that Aaron Connolly, when he looked at him playing against Tottenham, he said, this guy looks like he's ready for this level. But he did say he didn't feel Troy Parrott was. Would you disagree with that, or what's your comment about Troy Parrott?
Look, I'm not going to comment on what everybody says. Even Duffer, who's a great lad and a great player, it's not for me. They've all got opinions, but I'm not going to comment on everybody's opinion on what they are. And given the fact up until now I've never called him up, you might think I pretty much agree with him. But we've got a friendly against New Zealand, so do you not think it's an opportune time, if I really want to do, is to have a look at him and see whether he can play in that game.
Have you looked back at the Switzerland game since that night?
Yes.
You did speak about the players not performing well and passing poorly, not being able to pass.
I said we didn't pass it to each other. Yeah, that's what I said.
That's down to now that you've had a chance to.
Sorry, was what?
What was that down to now that you've had a chance to go back at the game?
Well, I think probably the fact that they were particularly good in the first half. You always have to give credit to the opposition as well. It's not always just about one team not playing as well as we can. And I thought when we settled down and we played much better in the second half, and it was a much better performance with the ball. So I don't know. I don't put it down to anything other than that we were playing against a very good side who pressed us and closed us down.
There is a feeling maybe that some players feel that they will get picked no matter how they perform. Do you think maybe that some players should be worried for their positions in the team coming into the Denmark game?
Bearing in mind you seem to speak to everybody, who are the players who seem to think they're going to get picked? And no matter how they perform.
Well, there will be a feeling that there is players maybe that haven't been playing well in the last couple of games that maybe they should feel that their place under threat, but maybe that you won't get good performance out of players if they don't feel there's some other guy coming behind them.
Well, I pick the team and I think on merit and where I think things should play and deserve to play. And I guess all the players who are not playing, and I'd have been one the same if, not that it happened too often, I'd always be thinking I should be playing. But that's for me to pick the side, isn't it? Not them. No, because I'm happy with my midfield players, to be quite honest. I think they've done really well. They've been the pick of the bunch, but he has been playing well, yeah.
Is there a chance for anybody to force themselves into the start 11 against Denmark in the New Zealand game?
Yes.
Is any position in particular?
No. No. Well, we've got a game against New Zealand, and you can have a look at it there. But of course, there's always a chance for somebody to break into the team, despite what people might think there is an opportunity.
Tony?
Mick,
Brady back in the squad and Robbie Brady. What do they need to do to persuade you that they could be involved against Denmark?
They've got to play games, Tony. So James got back in and then he was out of the team again. I don't know if that was because he'd played games or that he's left. I've not been in touch with him. I would speak to Roy, to be quite honest, Roy Hodgson. They've got to play games. And Robbie played, was it 80 minutes, then 20 minutes? You know, and I've worked with Robbie, I haven't worked with James. I know what a good player he is. I'd love to have Robbie Brady fit and playing again, as I would with James.
And will the fact that it's a winner-takes-all game, does that affect your thinking and how you approach the game?
No, not really, because I've tried to win every game. So that's not going to change my approach to it, no.
In terms of your defensive formation, you did have three at the back the last day for a while and you changed it. I mean, Matt Doherty looks uncertain to come in.
Yeah.
Will he play as a wing back? Will he play as a full back?
More than likely he'll play as a full back, Tony.
And because Randolph has been doubtful, would Kieran Westwood be your next best bet if he wasn't available, heaven forbid?
Heaven forbid he's right, yeah. I'm sincerely hoping he's going to be fit, but Kieran's been missing through games as well. TC's going to Burton tonight to watch Kieran O'Hara play, who's having a good season. And I'd have no fears of throwing one of those youngsters in either. But that's the reason I put Queevy in as well, in case he does play, although I think they've got all their goalkeepers back playing now. But if I had to throw a young one in, I'd have no problem with that.
Well, it is a huge occasion. You've likened it to the Holland match or the Iran match. I mean, it's going to be about temperament and experience as well as ability.
No, I'm interested. I'm smiling because we're talking about Aaron Connolly and Troy Parrott in one breath. I'm getting asked questions, and of course the question is why? Why are they not involved? Why do they not play? And then of course, you know, the senior gentleman here just tells me it's about experience and people who can handle that sort of thing, which has been my feeling all the way through when I have 8 games to try and qualify. Sometimes you just got to have them. It has to be that way, and I can't. It's, you know, at some stage, you know, Kieran Westwood's been injured. He's missed out in games. I saw he was back. I've been delighted with the 2 young keepers, and for me to sit here and say, "Oh, I'm worried," I wouldn't want to do it. How would they feel anyway? But that's not the case. They've been brilliant in training, the 2 of them, and if I have to play one of them, no problem at all.
But there's an old saying about risk and reward for big games, big moments like this. I mean, there comes a time when you do have to throw the dice, maybe.
Absolutely, it's risk or reward. It seems like it's that every time you pick a team, Tony.
In a wider context, I'm sure you've been aware of the issues surrounding the FAI. We got more news of that this week.
I haven't had any news of anything this week.
Well,
Seriously, no, I haven't. So.
Okay, but how difficult the financial situation is going to be going forward, and there's going to be a lot more issues to come out over the next while, possibly around the time of these games. I mean, qualification becomes even more important then, for morale, but equally for financial and other reasons.
Yeah, but those weren't the reasons I went and knocked on the door at Barnsley when I was 16 and asked to become an apprentice footballer, were they? And they're still not the reasons now. Now I'm 60. The reasons are because I enjoy the game and I really want to perform and I want to play well and I want to be successful at it. And the financial rewards or opposite come with results. But that's not my motivation, that's for sure.
But it is an important game for the association as well as for...
Absolutely, it's been an important few games, hasn't it? And it looks like being a sellout, it looks like being a big occasion. Let's hope we make it a bigger occasion than any other that's been for quite a while, because it's been needed. It's been needed to get that support back, and we've seemed to have got it. Let's hope we can keep it with a good performance and a great result. Pleasure.
Mick, can you tell us who will be captain for the game against Denmark?
No.
But in your mind...
Well, yeah, no, can I? Because the team, I don't know who's going to turn up yet. I could, have I given it that much thought? No, we saw John Egan was the captain the last time. Big Duffer would make a good captain. Glenn Whelan would make a good captain. Somebody of experience. You might say, well, John Egan's not that experienced now, but he's a good player playing in the Premier League. Duffer's got a bit of a calf injury, although I think he'll be all right for this weekend. So I'll have to wait and see who turns up, Guy, really.
In terms of the New Zealand game, how are you going to approach it? Are you going to use anything as a way of experimenting for Monday night or getting match fitness into some players, or will it be a sort of a shadow team like it was against Bulgaria?
I've given it serious consideration. I still haven't come to terms with it yet, because there might be some players who don't play between now and that game for the clubs. Connor was left out. Big Duffer's been left out. They might come in, they might need games. There might be some who have played Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday prior to it and really could do with a break. And yet, it might be a reason for saying, well, there's the team. Let's play against New Zealand and don't care less who's watching us. Let's have a go at it and see what happens. There's a case for having a look at Troy Parrott in that game, Aaron Connolly in that game. So there's lots of things for me to ponder, I have to be honest. He was in the squad last time, Kieran Clark. He's been nearly every squad. But he's not in the final squad. Of course, yeah, like everybody else, if they're playing, yeah. And I'm going to go and watch him on Saturday at West Ham. Not that I need to see Kieran Clark play to know what he does, but I'm still going to go and see him play anyway.